The story for my music video is about an individual attempting to overcome his video game addiction. The song categorizes as a new metal alternative rock song and is titled Computer Abuse. It features multiple references to drug addiction and parallels that with video games and their addicting nature. The video begins with the main character going off the deep end with a major psychedelic trip whilst playing a game. After seeing how bad of a state he's in, he decides that it's time to get his life together and stop relying on video games to escape from reality, which in this instance is a metaphor for drug addiction. Things seem to be going well until he's tempted once again by a package featuring a game he ordered a month ago, and what was meant to be a quick game turns into a full night binge, leaving him in the exact same slump at the start. The main inspiration for these psychedelic sequences are films like Midsummer, Mandy, Trainspotting, and Altered States. Each of these films have alternative takes on psychedelic trips, but maintain the trippy vibe by utilising multiple camera techniques, effects, and/or editing tricks. To amplify the addiction angle, the world is presented differently depending on where the main character is. When out on the streets or at work, the colour and lighting is especially grim. All the colour and joy has been sucked out of his life. But at home, where he's able to be a complete sloth and not worry about anything, the light and colour blasting from his television directly contrasts with how the rest of the world is. A form of escapism, if you will. The addiction and desire to escape from the real world is elevated even more with the shallow focus and movements of the camera. The main character is so desensitized to the real world he can hardly process what's around him, nor does he want to. All that matters to him is that he gets home and distracts himself from the responsibilities of life. When playing his games, everything becomes more colourful and slack. The camera goes handheld and struggles to keep steady. Lighting is high key, colours pop, and everything feels more easygoing. But then, things become more intense, with ghosting effects, changing colour, dolly zooms, intense close-ups, and cross dissolves. What's real and what's merely an apparition? How much time has passed? Has time passed? It keeps the viewer on edge and unsure, but never detaches them from what's going on. Close-ups and medium shots get us on the main character's level and give a sense of claustrophobia. And medium-wide shots plus establishing shots will give us an outsider's perspective on the main character's physical state and living environment. Camera tilts, pans, and zooms make the psychedelic nature of some scenes feel more dizzying. The character of the addict will be dressed in grey tracksuit bottoms, a pop culture t-shirt with a red and black check shirt over the t-shirt, and black and white sneakers. Extra attention is brought to his slob-like nature with all the stains on his clothes. The addict is a lanky, young adult male with long curly hair, a beard, and an overall unkempt look to him. The bedroom of the addict is dark, cramped, and messy beyond any livable standards. Clothes, bags, boxes, cans, packets, cases, everything is scrambled all over the floor. The unit, featuring the television and consoles, are just as covered in dust as everything else, but with a few fingerprints showing where the addict has placed his hands recently. City streets are dank, brown, and littered with rubbish. It's all mostly blurred out by the shallow focus, but still visible enough for the repugnant state of the real world to be evident, making the addict's desire to avoid the real world easier to understand, even if his methods are too drastic.